Hi guys, it's Sue, your Not So Crafty Crafter. I'm back with part 3 of our beginner card maker series. These are a few of the core items that I feel every card maker should have to get started in their card making. The first video I did was focused on paper. The second video I did was focused on cutting supplies such as scissors and cutters. This third video is adhesives. There's a lot to choose from in the world of adhesives, and it can be very confusing. It ranges the gamut from your basics such as a glue stick and liquid glues to glitter glues and dimensional glues and all these different types of tapes and tape runners and just all kinds of stuff here. And I'm hoping I have enough time in this video to go over all of them. What you're going to have to do though when you're getting started is find a tape that works for you. I do have good old-fashioned Scotch double-sided tape that I started out with, and from time to time I do still use it. I don't go with it as often because it can get pricey. Some of these like tape runners are a little more economical in that there's more tape and it's a little bit less expensive because you're buying it in bulk. You can get lots of different tapes online. Amazon is a good place to shop. Scrapbook.com is a good place to shop. Gosh, there's so many. Simon Says Stamp. They're all excellent resources as far as researching the type of tape that you need. You can also go to Hobby Lobby and Walmart, and all of those places carry them as well. So let's get started on some of the basics. I have a lot of them here, and I'm just going to kind of go over them as quickly as I possibly can, and some of my go-tos. Now, some of the ones that I use the most are going to be tapes. This is a smaller version of a tape runner. This is AdTech Crafter's Tape. It is permanent. They do have a repositionable one, and you can also get it in dots, where the runner is a series of dots. This is just plain tape. And how these work, let me clear a space here, is basically all you do is you take your runner, and I don't know if you can see that this one's not working very well. I just changed the refill on that. You can see right here, it lays down a line of tape. And you can see it's sticking. This one's not as strong as some others, but I do like this. It's small. I picked this up at Walmart. I believe it's $1.94 for 2 of them. You get 2 of the cases. I keep the cases because they are refillable, and the refills are also $1.94 for 2 cartridges. Now these are very easy to change out. These just snap open here, and this cartridge just pops in and out, and you just pop that right back in, close it up, and you're good to go. The downside of this is that it doesn't hold very much. This will get me through maybe a dozen cards. There's not a whole lot on there. They do make bigger ones that are handheld size, and you can find those in places like scrapbook.com and Amazon and all that kind of thing. I like this one because it's economical, and I do go through a lot of these. And I keep this usually right over here, and there's a lot of stuff over here in my little heart-shaped dish. I don't know if you can see that right here. There's all different kinds of tape here, and adhesives. Now, my next go-to is my big boy. This is my Scotch ATG, and if you hear the term ATG, this is what it's referring to, and it's an advanced tape glider. Now, this is an investment. This was, I want to say it was like $45 or $49, and it came with some tape. It works the same way. You press this nozzle, run your tape, and pick it up. Now, when you use these type of things, that was the other one was tape. We'll do this again so you can see. This one I like because, as you can see, it has a lot more tape on it. These are excellent for scrapbooking as well, because you do go through a lot more tape when you're scrapbooking than you do in your card making. But again, you just run your tape and press it down, and your pieces are stuck together. Now there's only one piece on there, one piece of tape on there, so it's not going to hold very well. But these are my go-tos. Now, I'm going to move these over here as I talk about them. My next this is called red line tape. A lot of people refer to this as score tape. It is double-sided tape, and it works the same way the others two run. The upside of this is because it's got this backing paper on it, you can better see where you're putting your tape. Now this is a very strong adhesive. This binds really well. And you can see all I have to do is lay it down and then pull the backing paper. Sometimes it's a little tricky. And you peel the backing paper off of it, and you've got a line of tape there, if you can see that. This one I picked up at Tuesday morning, and my husband picked up a bunch for me as well, because it's $1.99. It can get pretty pricey if you're buying it other places. This one is called Miss Sparkle & Company. This is available at Joann's, and that was $1.99 a roll. But there's 5.4 yards on here, so that's 15 feet of tape. That's quite a bit of tape. And these smaller ones last a lot longer than these big ones. These don't have as much on it. But this also comes in different sizes, as you can see. This is a smaller, probably a 1/4 inch size. This one is a 1/2 inch size. And you can see it's a little bit wider. So you don't actually need as much when you're doing that. You need more when you're using these thinner ones. But these thinner ones are great when you're doing projects like pillow boxes or gift boxes, envelopes. You might want a narrower tape. So that's my red line tape. Oh, and look, I'm sticking. Oh, and I hope I didn't. Oh, okay. I'm going to throw that over here because I keep getting myself stuck to it. Now, the next type of tape we use, of course, is there's masking tape, which you can use. I use this for holding down stencils or anything that anytime I'm going to use anything to keep a piece of paper in place when I'm doing my ink blending or masking or stenciling. I like to use this blue painter's tape. It comes in green. You can also use masking tape. I would recommend if you're using masking tape, though, it's a little bit tackier. I would take some of the tack off by rubbing it like maybe on your sweater or on your pants. But this tape is good for holding things in place when you're working on them. The reason it's good for that is because when you remove it, it doesn't take your paper off your project. So I do have a roll of this close at hand as well because I've been doing a lot more work with stenciling. So I keep that close by. There's also foam tape or dimensional tape. This is used when you want to give your project a little bit of dimension, like these cards. And I'll show you the difference in these. This is a very thin foam tape. And believe it or not, I got this at Dollar Tree, $1 for the roll. And there's actually a lot on there. But it's a little bit thinner than your traditional foam. And I used this one on this project right here just to give it a little bit of dimension on this piece. And you can see right there, see what I mean by a little bit of dimension? It just pops it off the page, just the tiniest bit. Now, it's actually very strong. This hasn't come off. Now, this also has some tape under it. But looking at it, it has this, and this dimension tapes. You can get these all kinds of places. This one, which I just totally unraveled, sorry, I got from Dollar Tree also. This was $1 for the roll. And there is a ton on this as well. I've been going at this steady probably a month and a half or so, using it consistently, and I still have a ton left. One of the things I like about this is it's pre-cut, so I don't have to guess. I can, if I know, it's a certain size like this one, what I did is I took one square like this and cut it in half and put it on each piece of inside here. Now this one, see how much further that's popped off of that card? I don't know if you can actually see, but there's 2 pieces of this under here. I cut it in half and stacked one on top of the other, and it made it even thicker. So that's how I use my dimensional tape. Now you can also get this from Scotch 3M. You can also get this online at Amazon, and it's a humongous giant roll. And if you're going to use that much, then absolutely go for it, because it's a lot more economical. But I'm okay with these. Plus, Dollar Tree it's not local, but it's closer than driving to Des Moines, and I can get these for $1 when I go grocery shopping. So there's those. Now, the next kind of glue that I use is liquid glue. Now, liquid glue is a little bit different because it's really hard to find one that you like. So far, this has been my go-to. This is Aleens Quick Dry Tacky Glue. Now, they also have the Aleens Tacky Glue, which is in the brown bottle. The only difference is this is a quick dry, so it dries a little bit quicker, and you don't have as much time to reposition your projects. There's this also. It's the Tacky Glue pen. This is the original Aleens, and I like this because it's got a smaller nozzle. If you can see that. So you don't get a big goopy mess when you squeeze on it. And then there's also these. I've gotten, these are at Walmart and Hobby Lobby. I got this one at Tuesday morning because it was only 99 cents. This works well. I got it because I thought it was going to be a very narrow tip. This one's not as narrow as I would have liked. It's small, but it's not super fine point. But it's good for certain things, so that stays in my stash. And I found these at Tuesday morning as well. And I don't know if these are actually still available. These are fine tip glue pens by Martha Stewart. And I grabbed, I think these were 99 cents too. And I grabbed all they had. I think there were like 4 of them on the shelf. And I grabbed them because they're sealed so they won't dry out. But it's, if you can see this, it's got a little nib. And you can put glue on very specific spots. Now, I will say that this doesn't adhere very well, so I would be very careful in using this. Make sure you really let it dry. Now, there's also glue dots. I don't use glue dots that often, and I don't know why. I've seen a lot of videos lately where people are using glue dots to hold down pieces of twine on their projects because you can roll it and pop it under there and no one will ever see it, and it'll keep a bow in place. But I don't do a lot of bows. I just tie it in a knot and I'm good to go. I'm not a good bow maker, I guess. But they're these. I got these at Dollar General, which is local here in town. So you can get the things you need close by. And again, this is all trial and error, finding what works for you. There's specialty glues. There's also washi tape and glitter tape. These I use a lot. This one in particular, sorry, glue stick. This one in particular, this is called Glossy Accents. And now it's a very small tube, but a little goes a long way, and this lasts forever. I have 2 of these, and then I have a bigger one. This is available at Hobby Lobby. It is also available pretty much everywhere online. I got this at a scrapbooking store up in Des Moines, only because it was a special. If you see that, it says it's $1. The deal was if you spent like $20, you got one of these for $1. So I had 2 or 3 different orders going. So I got 2 or 3 of them. So I do like them. Now this works great. It's a very strong adhesive. It does dry to a glossy finish. So if you're adding accents, you want to be careful that it doesn't seep out of the sides because it will show. And if I can find, here we go. Here we go. I made this card. If you can see that little pom-pom, I don't know if its camera's going to pick it up, but it's glossy. And it's a little bit dimensional. You see how it's a little bit raised? Especially that one. Can you see that one? How it's... I'm trying to get this so that you can see. Now there's... Oh! you can see the glossy right there on his band. I did the bands on those as well. If you can see the glossy finish on that, that's what the Glossy Accents does. But it's also a very strong adhesive, and it's great for sequins. Again, providing you keep it under the sequin and it doesn't seep out the side. So you really just need a tiny little amount for that. And this is one of my favorites. This is a go-to. I have 2 of them in my little heart-shaped dish. And then there's also glitter glue, and you can get all kinds of glitter glue. I have it in tubes. I have it like this. This is actually Michael's brand, I believe, Studio G, which is comparable to Ranger Stickles. And it's basically just glue. Of course, with glitter in it. Can you see the sparkle in that? There's a little bit of sparkle. These are good for accents as well. Just got to make sure when you're using these, you kind of tap them on the table to get the glue back down inside, because these bottles, these nozzles, always clog. Always. And then, of course, there's these. You're going to find these all over the place, especially this holiday season, because everybody's into making slime, and that's what these are great for. But I grabbed them because they were in my grocery store for $1.99, and I thought they'd make cool accents on some of my cards. And then, of course, we have our ever-favorite washi tape. I have a ton of this. I need to start using it more. This one, I didn't like the design, so I kept it out when I do my die cutting. I tape my die down in place on my mat so it doesn't shift and my paper doesn't get all messed up. And then there's all different kinds. I have this little jar. I like the jar itself, so that's all my glitter washi, and I just keep all that together because we all know how messy glitter can be. But there's purple, blue, silver, and gold in there, and I like to use that sometimes. Now this one has foil, but I'll sometimes use that on the edge of a card so that it looks like there's a whole mat of foil or glitter paper under there when it's really just a strip of washi tape. So that's what I have for adhesives right now. That's what I work with. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a message underneath if you think I've missed something as far as what I'm working with here with whether it be the cutting materials, the paper. Put your favorites. Let me try them out. Share what you use, and I'll give them a shot and see if I like them too. That's all I have for now, folks. Have a great night. Watch for the next video. I think I'm going to do one on stamps and tools that you need for stamping, like your stamping blocks, your stamps, and maybe some favorite inks. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye.